Hi, I'm Karu. Welcome to Sequentially Yours, Initially Mine. This is the show where I discuss the latest number ones generally that are coming out in the comic world. And let me just start again. We're still trying to figure out how things work here. We're trying to make things kind of as effective as possible and give you guys the most information that we can. So let me let you in on how I sort of do this. On Wednesdays, I go to my local comic shop, always my local comic shop. Support your local comic shop. And while I'm there, I will look for new comics, number ones, things that either I have not personally experienced or are brand new and nobody's personally experienced them. It doesn't always work that way, but that's what I'm trying to do, and occasionally it won't work out. That being said, I usually buy 2 or 3, sometimes 4 comics, read them all, and then today I will give you my first impressions on one of them. Up until this point, I've just sort of shown you what I decided on, but I think I'm going to start actually showing you what else I bought, and give you a quick idea of it. If you would like to actually hear what I have to say on any of the other titles that I bought, comment below. We'd be more than happy to answer you, I promise. So, this week, the also-rans. Archie vs. Predator #1. I swear I thought this was going to be the one. I am a gigantic Archie fan. I am a gigantic Predator fan. I grew up watching the first Predator movie. And I love the Archie crossovers because they're always very, very clever and always a lot of fun. I am surprised by how often and how easily really disparate ideas kind of come into Archie, but this was not #1 this week. The other ones are not in any order, by the way. This is not like number 3. This was very good, but not quite there. Next, The Tithe. This was a lot of fun, and I don't know, fun is not the right word. This was interesting. The artwork was beautiful. I really enjoyed every page of it, and the author kind of laid things out on the line at the end, which I liked. But, again, not #1. That being said, me being who I am, #1 is somewhat related to Archie Comics. It is The Fox #1. This is what I decided to go with this week. The Fox is from Dark Circle Comics, which is actually an imprint of Archie Comics designed for superheroes, for superhero stories. The Fox is the first of them doing it. It is written by Dean Haspel and Mark Waid. Yes, that Mark Waid. And the artist on it is Dean Haspel. Colorist is Alan Pasalacqua. And yeah, I've been saying a lot about colorists lately, but I find that color has actually been drawing me more to comics. So I'm trying to, even if I am terrible at names, I want to at least mention these people because they do a good job. And yeah, everybody did a wonderful job with The Fox. So, as I said, it is in fact a superhero comic from the Archie imprint of Dark Circle. But I don't want to say it's a deconstruction of superhero comics because it's not. It's not trying to take down the superheroic ideal or put it into reality. Instead, it does rely on superhero tropes, but it does so in order to upend them, which I particularly like. Spoilers, by the way, just a few. But, for example, this particular issue focuses largely on our main character, the Fox, who in his secret identity has a son and a family, very Buddy Baker in that respect. They are in a town working for his boss. He's supposed to take pictures with a particular camera of this town that's going to be flooded in order to make a watershed, in order to create a reservoir for the closer city. This also happens to be the Fox's hometown, where his father, the original Fox, was a superhero. At this point, we are actually at the end of our main character's run as the Fox. He is done with it. He doesn't want to be this anymore. He wants to be a family man, which I entirely respect. Way to go on that respect. But he ends up encountering a supervillain who does not want the town flooded. And there's a little bit of fighting to it, but really ultimately, he talks down this supervillain who is actually a childhood friend and his first girlfriend, his first girl he ever kissed, that sort of stuff. But it's actually somewhat nice. And don't get me wrong, I love a good action sequence, but it's good to see sort of this different approach to things that gives a sense that this guy has a past, even though we have jumped into sort of the middle of his life and the end of his superhero career, which obviously this is an ongoing series. This is not going to be the end of his superhero career. His family knows who he is, which is also nice. He's not trying to hide it from them. They are a part of his life. His son really does expect to be the Fox one day. The villains are a little bit over the top, but in a fun way. And I enjoyed that. I really, just looking at the cover, and I'm going to hold this up to you again, just so you can see, I really sort of expected more of a comedy. But really the only comedic thing is the villains in this, and only really the ones at the end. Instead, we have more of I don't want to say an exploration, but well, no, actually an exploration works. An exploration of this person. It's not really serious, it's not bogged down, but it is real, and I buy into it, and that's, I think, is what's important. Again, Mark Waid is involved in this, and he's also involved in the upcoming Archie reboot, which, yes, we will be talking about. And honestly, it really does have shades of Wally West to it. That's the best way I could put it. I enjoyed this one. It really, again, this was a very good week. I got some really good comics, unlike last week where I had to struggle to find something. I ended up with a licensed comic. But you know what? The Fox #1 is good. It's worth a shot. If you have, an extra $4, pick it up. You'll enjoy it, I think. All right. Well, I don't know what your opinion is, but that one was initially mine. Take care.